Okay, Jason, here you go. I hope you get some good information out of this. This is something that I'll do every week that I see you. I'm going to get these videos up a lot sooner. It's just been a crazy week here. For me, I haven't had much time to do anything. But anyhow, hey, listen, when you do your practicing, make sure you videotape yourself as well so that you are implementing immediately the strategies that we're using to overcome patterns that are wrong or weaknesses so that your brain can remember the motor skill. It's all about building repetition, but if you don't do the repetitions correctly, you'll be building bad motor skills again, and it's going to take even longer to overcome. So with that in mind, work hard. Don't worry about the amount of repetitions you do. Just do it the right way so that you can really succeed here and gain ground soon so you can be a better pitcher this season. Also keep in mind that this stuff takes a long time to implement, especially when you've been throwing a certain way your whole life, okay? So I'm going to point out the major things that I see in you for this video, and then in the lessons we'll do much more detailed things, and in preceding videos, then I will talk more about angles and power, but I just want to show you right off the top some of the things you can think about and where we can target um, problems and get better quickly, okay? So here's what I see. Leg comes up, which is good. Whole foot's down on the ground. Now, as the leg comes down, Jason, here's the thing. All high velocity pitchers, every one of them, we put them in the same category as to what they do well. They get inside, you know what's going on here, I'm moving the camera. They get inside the drive leg. I got to get you here. That's where I got to start you. They get you inside the drive leg quickly in the delivery. So this line represents how far your body is inside that line. Inside the line means how far, oh, for goodness sakes. Inside the line means how far you are inside to the left of this line off of your foot. Okay, it looks like you're pretty good. So as we go down, the thing that I notice here is your back leg is very vertical, which is an indication. See, your knee to your ankle, I can pretty much draw a straight line, and that doesn't really move. Look at how straight you still are. That doesn't really move until you get about here. Okay, so what we need to work on with you, first of all, right off the bat, is getting some early momentum by leading with the hips. Not so much a drop, but a drop and a drive at the same time. So you're dropping, but you're not really driving. You're just kind of falling. So we want to see that hip go out. The hip goes out, then the back leg angle changes. So here's what we call your load phase. So in the load, it's very important that you flex the knee, which you're doing, and that's good. That's a good knee flex. You don't have to change any of that for now. And you sink down nicely, but let's get the body to move out. Let's try to move more momentum earlier in the delivery. And that's going to take this leg and it's going to line up with your front hip as your knee breaks. So let's see where your front knee, there's where your front knee breaks, okay? And this is where you're going to start leg drive because this is where the back foot is going to push the front foot out into landing. So here's where the leg drive really begins in all pitchers. Your leg drive is going to be very limited because the angle of your leg is so vertical. Look at this here. Let me get that out of there. Let me give you an angle here with this. Oh, what am I doing? So look at the angle of your leg there. So if we're looking at your knee to your ankle, you're at an 89-degree angle. So what we see typically is if I were to draw a line from your ankle to your knee, look at how high that is. Look at where that force is going. So the vector, which is the angle of your ankle to your knee, the vector should be in line with your front hip so that you can drive. So your knee should be somewhere on this line. I'm getting so aggravated with this system right now. Your knee should be in line with your hip, but it's so vertical that I can't even really draw it on your body. So we really need to work on some momentum to get you out and to get that leg into the position it needs to be in, okay? That's going to help you really improve your stride, the power of your drive, the stride length, and powering off this mound so that you're not stuck here on the mound with your back foot while the front foot's on the ground. Now take a look at your hips. In this position here, your hips are completely closed off and you've already touched down. So you don't have any hip and shoulder separation. The hips haven't even gone yet. The hips have to go as soon as that front foot's down by powering out here, but your hips are completely closed off, so you have no hip and shoulder separation. So the shoulder and the hip will come together. And in your case, because you have such a poor back leg drive, Jace, we're really going to help improve that. Look at how strong your front leg is. Watch how your knee extends back, and that extension pops you up so high it throws your elbow way up there, and look at how high your hand, it's out of the screen, and then it comes down. I mean, it's such an unusual way to throw, but that's because your front leg is so much stronger than your back leg. You have no back leg drive, so the front leg pushes everything back, but there's nothing to push back on. So you're just, you pop up and you kind of catapult the ball way up over your head. Your elbow is way up over your head. So you have so much more velocity in you if we can combine these phases better, the lower phase and the upper phase. Another key component here that we're going to help you with. Take a look at your hand when you drop it out of your glove. Look at how high the hand is. So watch how early you get the hand. You're not even halfway through your, I mean, your knee has just barely broken your hip and your arm is already up in position. This is going to do a couple of things. And they're negative things. Here's what's going to happen. You're either going to keep the arm there, which is actually a good thing, or your arm is going to continue to rise, or your arm is going to continue to rise and bend in towards your head. And let's see what happens. You have so much ground here to cover with the front foot. You're not even halfway through your delivery, and the arm is already up. So let's see what goes on. The arm stays at a good level. The elbow doesn't come up higher than the shoulder, which is great, but watch how the hand gets in towards the head, and now you start to externally rotate the hand. The hand drops behind the head, and you haven't even gotten the foot down yet. Now the foot's down, and you're almost in complete external rotation already. So look at how early you're in external rotation. Normally, pitchers don't get here where the hand lays back like that until they've rotated and they're here. So your arm is already externally rotated. You've early externally rotated. Not good for the arm. Way too early. The arm can't externally rotate until you get here. When the trunk turns and thrusts, you're already externally rotating before. Look at the hand drop. The hand drops, the foot is now down, and you've almost completely rotated backwards. So your arm is laid back way too soon, and now the knee is going to thrust everything up over. So the timing of the arm, the timing of the action of your arm is in such a bad position to receive forces because it's already gone. It's already there, and it's supposed to leverage with your hip. So watch how your hip and your arm is back, and now your hips are going to start to move forward, and the arm has nowhere else to go here but push up off the front leg side. Okay, so we have to fix a few things here. We're going to fix how to get out sooner, how to get this leg to be more linear and in line with the front hip. We're going to learn how to power out of this leg more so that the balance of power in both legs is closer or more equal. And we're going to figure out here how to get your arm up into the position here where it's here at this point where we get the hips to start moving and the foot to be almost out towards landing, okay? So when we work on our lesson next week, we're going to target a specific area that we can really work on to get your body timed better. You have a lot of good potential here, but the timing is bad. The timing is bad. So the arm is up way too soon. It's rotating back way too soon. The hips are moving way too late. Not enough power from the back end. Too much power, not too much power, but an imbalance of power from the front. I love the way your front leg extends back, but we got to get the arm and the trunk and the back leg into a better timing issue here so that we can use that for the arm better. Okay? All right, I'll see you soon.